Now, if you've been watching our show lately, you know that I'm talking about all the trash and graffiti that flat out is making Portland look terrible right now. We put out a call on social media asking for the parts of town that frustrate you the most, and you sent us hundreds of photos and videos and tips. We did our first story on this last week. It's online right now if you'd like to check it out. Now, in it, city departments in charge of cleaning Portland up, they told us that they're working more now than they ever have before, and they're out of money. So Maggie Vespa asked Mayor Wheeler, what's his plan with this problem here? And she started reading him some of your complaints.
And some people wrote things like, it's embarrassing. It's what I would expect if I were to go to a third world country. Portland is an absolute expletive hole. So sad, was once a beautiful city.
Portland's mayor says he gets it.
I completely share the frustration and the disappointment that people throughout the city of Portland are experiencing when they look around and they see litter or they see graffiti.
So much litter that the city office in charge of cleaning up trash told us last week crews are on track to pick up more this year than they ever have. And it's still not enough. So much graffiti that the city's abatement program has already blown through its budget for the entire fiscal year, which doesn't end until summer. And it's still not enough. Just ask business owners downtown, which we did.
Just dirty, out of control.
In an interview Tuesday, the mayor noted his office increased funding for those cleanup programs during the last budget cycle.
But let's admit it, that was a down payment on the work that we have yet to do.
Because it's gotten worse. Hundreds of viewers told us so on social media. The mayor says going into the next budget cycle, he'll call on fellow city commissioners to increase funding for these programs. But that budget doesn't go into effect until the summer. In the meantime, he'll look to move funding around to ramp up these programs as soon as possible. We asked for specifics.
So how soon might that, because that's kind of what I'm getting at. What can be done in the meantime?
You know I don't give specific timelines, and you know why.
No, I don't. Why not? For people who want to know when.
I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I want to make sure that we have a thoughtful program, and we will be completely transparent with the public about both the plans and the resources as they're developed. But I'm not going to sit here and guess.
By spring, I mean, even just a generic going into spring or that kind of thing.
We're going to do immediately what we can do immediately.
Okay, Maggie Vespa joining us now after what I think we can categorize as a non-answer from the mayor there. He essentially didn't want to give you any details. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it was interesting. In that moment, I definitely didn't know what he meant by saying, and you know why. I didn't know why he would refuse to answer that question. So that genuinely was surprising that he was that blunt about it. And keep in mind, this is a guy he's recently made hard demands of other elected leaders, and he's gotten things done. Like a recent example, a couple months before the November election, he told the Joint Office of Homeless Services, hey, get us 300 shelter beds before November or the city is pulling out of that partnership. That was a big deal. And he got his 300 beds, and he was really public about that. So for him to say, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver and then expect that first to be known by me and then just to kind of be the rationale to move forward on, I was surprised by that.
He, of course, is not the only decision maker at City Hall. You did reach out to all of the other commissioners here in Portland. What did you learn from them?
Yeah, I did. The first one to get back was newly elected City Commissioner Mingus Mapps, and he said this issue is really important to him. And then here's just kind of one point from a long statement that he sent me. He wrote in part, the city has an incredible partnership with Central City Concerns Clean Start PDX to remove trash related to urban camping, basically homelessness. Right now, the city is running 8 trucks, and if there's an opportunity to double or triple this number, I would support that. And he also called for the city to do more to partner with groups like Solve, who we profiled here on the story last night. That's a volunteer group that organizes cleanups around Portland and different neighborhoods. So again, that was another point in his statement. And we don't know, to reiterate, if that's part of the mayor's plan, because he wouldn't give specifics today, but we'll definitely keep asking.
I know you will. Maggie Vespa, thank you.